So, everybody stand up. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Nice to see you.
Okay, nice to see you too. Sit down.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, this afternoon, as I told you yesterday, that you will be having your debate regarding the topic censorship in media. And as I observed, all the participants for the debate are ready. I think so, yes? Okay, they're smiling. They're happy. I think they're very much ready for this class debate. So our proposition for this afternoon is censorship in media necessary. Okay? So at this juncture, I now turn over the microphone to our master of this session, Christian Dave Ferenas.
Thank you, ma'am. To our teachers, classmates, visitors, good afternoon. Welcome to this class debate under our subject, Media and Information Literacy. We've caused this debate to tackle the issue or proposition. Is censorship in media necessary? We have the team from the affirmative side and the negative side. From the affirmative side, please stand when you are called. Here are the members. Erica Ganda Malok, Katie Vines Salazar, Bea Lapasaran, Nurhuda Uday, and Julaida Naga. From the negative sides, here are the members. Chini de la Cruz, Maria Teresa Sanchez, Jessaper Lapasaran, Christine May Candolo, and Justin Rich Catolico. May I also introduce to you Miss Hazelawa, our timekeeper. We also acknowledge our visitor, Sir Rochelle Tono Herasmia, a senior high school coordinator. Sir, these are the rules for the debate. Each speaker is given 3 to 5 minutes to give her or his speech. After each team, a rebuttal will be made from a representative of the other team. The affirmative team will be the first to present their speeches. For the audience, please do not make unnecessary noise. No claps every end of each speaker. It will be allowed only at the end of the debate. If you are told to do so. I am Christian Dave Farinas, your chair for this session. Now, let us start our debate. First speaker for the affirmative side, Erica Ganda Malo. Please stand up. To be followed by the second speaker, Katie Vine Salazar, and the third speaker, Bea Lapasaran. First speaker, please start.
Good afternoon, teachers. Good afternoon, classmates. Our team is the affirmative side of the proposition. Is censorship in media necessary? Let us define first what is censorship. Censorship is the suppression of speech, public communication, or other information on the basis that such as material is considered objectionable, harmful, sensitive, or inconvenient, as determined by government authorities or by community consensus. Let us take the words objectionable, harmful, and sensitive as our basis why we affirm that we must be censorship in media. Let us take consideration in the following. Media censorship of criminal activity. Online crimes are defined as the participation or engagement in unlawful, illicit, and illegal behavior through the usage of the internet. Media censorship of sexual expression illegal in nature. Media including pornographic images depicting minors, children, or individuals below 18 is considered to be a very seriously offense. Digital media censorship. In law, internet law, which may be classified under a subgenre of cyber law or computer law, is considered by many to be one of the most recently developed fields as a result of the ongoing advent of computer-based technology. Furthermore, the notion of digital or virtual media censorship is considered to be overseen by legislation expressed within this legal field. The reliance of the media or modernity on base internet. Online activity has promoted the development of a variety of measures addressing digital media censorship, including the ethical and moral use of internet for lawful and legal purposes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to expound things that has already been said by the first speaker. On the track that media censorship is necessary because of activities and expressions considered to be criminal in nature are now rampant in the internet. Thus, media censorship is really needed. Let me give you example of criminal activity subject to censorship within the media. Media involving the promotion or undertaking of criminal activity, threat, malice, or the promotion of illegal and damaging ideas with the intent to cause harm like pornography, which sometimes children of minor ages are victims or individuals below the age of 18. This criminal activity is not only applicable to those parties responsible for the release of this nature of media, but also to those individuals in ownership of that material. The ownership, transmission, or receipt of pornography or media sexual in nature involving children can be eliminated if we allow media censorship. Pornographic images depicting sexual acts involving animals, violence, injury, and simulated relationships, illicit and unlawful in nature are also considered to be illegal and subject to censorship. Classmates, censorship is not bad as it is. We entrusted the governance of the whole nation to our leaders in the government. We saw how dedicated they are for our welfare. If we entrust media censorship onto their hands, then there's nothing wrong with it. Let us not wait that we will become victims of those criminal activity going on now in the internet before we start society. It is for our own good.
Good afternoon to all of you. I am the third speaker of the affirmative side of the proposition. Is censorship in media necessary? And I say yes, it is necessary. Let me tell you the four incredible reasons why. First, it's protect children from extremely violent and sexual materials. The internet, mobile phones, and television have made it easier for kids to access all kinds of content, even those that can negatively influence them. With media censorship, children can surf the web and watch TV with more freedom while being protected from pornographic and heavily violent materials. Second, it limits advertisement that can be harmful. Some ads promote products that can be harmful to people's health, such as those that can influence body shaming, unhealthy eating habits, and addiction. It's understandable why this type of advertisement should be censored. Third, it helps control hate. The media can censor information that is slandering certain religions, race, companies, or individuals. This is help in avoiding the development of prejudice or discrimination based on false information or propaganda. Have you ever been defamed over Facebook? Then, don't wait for that to happen. Media censorship is the answer. And fourth, it helps to protect security. There are instances when sharing sensitive information may do more harm than good. By screening what is being reported and making sure it's published in a proper and timely manner, you can avoid panic and chaos. Classmates, we all know that there are a lot of harm is now spreading in the internet. These harms might cause damage onto you, your identity. It might also degrade your credibility by defaming you, or worse than that. The media has always been a big impact on society, influencing people in many ways. The media can consider either be positive and negative. But take note that the group that is usually very heavily influenced on media are the teens and eras. We are commonly influenced by our peers and personalities that we idolize. We likely emulate according to what we see and hear, like music, videos, and reality shows over the internet. Sometimes we tend to watch it even if it's not good in nature. If the children are too much engaged in watching television and exposing violence, those children are tend to be violent also. But if censorship is allowed, these bad things that is now happening in the internet will not be exposed to us. And we are taking our stand that we should be censorship in media.
Thank you, speakers from the affirmative side. At this juncture, let us hear the rebuttal from the representative of the negative side, Christine May Candulo. Please proceed.
We are forevermore against with media censorship. The affirmative team claims that censoring media is inevitable than the protecting one's right, and that is the right for freedom of expression. Let us be reminded that centuries ago, we were deprived of that right. Decades ago, we were deprived of that freedom of expression. Imagine yourself. You have something to say, you wanted to express, but you are reprimanded not to. What would you feel? I know how you feel. Operations, right? We were once oppressed, but our forefathers fought to win our freedom and live in a nation of democracy. Now, we grasp that freedom again, we will not let it go again. When we allow censorship over media, we will again lose that freedom, that gift which our forefathers fought to his generation. There are a lot of ways to punish the culprit of proved to commit criminal activities over internet or by using media. But not to the point that expression in media will censor, because when censorship comes, dictators against rises. We will not allow somebody to dictate us what to do, what to think, and what to say. We have individual differences. Right for you may be wrong for me. But each and everyone must be open to expression of ideas, feelings, and thoughts. Media censorship is not the answer and to protect the young generation. The parents have that primary obligation to do that. That's why we have school to mold these young ones and teach them what is right from wrong. Even small children can distinguish the right from the wrong. Let us not give this responsibility anymore to the government or political leaders, because they themselves are invested with self-interest, and this might be used with some hold power and control to the people. That's all.
Wow. What a brilliant point coming from the negative side. Now, we must hear the stand of the negative side. First speaker from the negative side, Chini de la Cruz. Please stand up. To be followed by the second speaker, Maria Teresa Sanchez. And the third speaker, Jessa Pearl La Pasaran. First speaker, please start.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, teachers. Good afternoon, everyone. Censorship in media has been long debated. In our team, stand on the negative side of the proposition. Is censorship in media necessary? Censorship, suppression of words, images, or ideas that are offensive, happens whenever some people succeed in imposing their personal, political, or moral values on others. Censorship can be carried out by the government as well as private pressure groups. Take note, censorship by the government is unconstitutional. Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights states, everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, reserve, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. In the Philippines, the same twin rights are expressly and distinctly guaranteed under the Bill of Rights of the Constitution, among other protections against abuse of the pervasive powers that have been entrusted to government. It is never a waste of word to quote them. Article 3, Section 4. No law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and petition the government for redress of grievances. Article 3, Section 7. The right of the people to information on matters of public concern shall be recognized, access to official records and to documents and papers pertaining to official acts, transaction or decision, as well as to government research data used as basis for policy development, shall be afforded the citizen, subject to such limitation as may be provided by law. Every human possesses in some guaranteed basic freedoms and rights, whether it is the freedom of speech or the freedom to express.
Next, educators are trusted with a big part of our lives. When parents demand censoring in schools, educators are limited to what they can use and how they can use it when it comes to teaching their children. History must be taught, vital information must be available. Independent opinions must be set aside. Educators have control and power over what is being taught, and censorship can make this control and power one-sided. Censorship should not be imposed on citizens by the government or other agencies. Adults have a right to view or listen to what they choose. Additionally, if children's media is censored, parents are the ones who should monitor and regulate it. Parents should be the ones to monitor children's viewing of television and also what they hear on the radio, CDs, and tapes. This is why we stand not to media censorship, because this can even affect our ways and lives and even our education.
Good afternoon, everyone. As the third speaker for the negative sides of the proposition, is censorship in media necessary? Censorship has already been defined by the previous speakers. Allow me to define it again in a more specific way. Censorships include the examination and blocking of books, periodicals, plays, films, televisions, and radio programs, news reports, and other communication media that is shown to or available to the public. As already been said, it suppresses vital rights, the freedom of expression or freedom of speech under the Bills of Rights. Now, we know that every human possesses some guaranteed basic freedom and rights, whether of the freedom of speech or the freedom of express themselves, but the nature of censorship makes this a very flawed system. At this point, I will give you 4 reasons why there should not be media censorship. First, it encourages ignorance. Ignorance is a tool that can be used to control people and keep them unaware about what is really going on in their community. Censoring information about corruption and injustice means people will continue to be victims of abuse, exploitation. Second, it promotes manipulation for personal gain. If the government is in charge of censoring media, politicians can use it to their advantage by allowing
Oftentimes, media has been a venue for negative information, criminal activities, and even worse, children pornography that also suppress the victims. Censorship is the only way to save people from these horrible cases. Yes, we agree that media is helpful and is already part of our life. But is it not? Censorship is not the only way to save the people from these horrible cases. Yes, we agree that media is helpful and is already part of our life. But it's not our deal to demolish media. There's no harm if we allow censorship. This way, we can be sure that we are seeing or hearing from the internet are safe and even in our little sister and brother. That's all.
Wow, what a very good point coming from the affirmative side. And that's the end of our debate. Give them a round of applause. Once again, good afternoon, everyone.
Parang lagi natin, ay kanya noy.
Hello? Are you still there? Okay. Have you learned something? How about the non-participant of this debate? Have you learned something? Yes, June Lyric?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes, of course. So that's a thank you very much for the participants. from the affirmative and the negative side. As I've observed, you really had that, you really deserve to be in that position, and this team for that position too. Now, let me ask the non-participants. Okay. If you are to choose whether to be on the affirmative or the negative side, okay, which side would you choose for this proposition? Is censorship in media necessary? How about you, Irene? Are you in the negative or the affirmative side? Okay, you are still in the affirmative side. How about Moe? Which side is very convincing? The affirmative or the negative?
The negative, ma'am.
Okay, Mohair was much convinced with the negative side. So as for now, okay, and I hope you have learned something from what is all about issues and concern of censorship, because it's not only an issue within the Philippines, but it is a issue in the whole world. Okay, that's for now. Thank you very much. Very, what's this? Satisfying. And, of course, excellent. Job well done, everyone. And I hope tomorrow, okay, tomorrow you will be having your, what? You will be having your, what did I told you? You will be having your quiz tomorrow. So be prepared for tomorrow's quiz. And that will be all for today. Thank you very much and good afternoon.